Thank you for turning to page 121. Today we're going to take a look in the player's handbook at a third level druid spell, Call Lightning. You get this spell at third level. Third level spell gotten at third level. So Call Lightning is an alteration, level 3, range is 0, duration is 1 turn per level, 720-foot diameter, verbal, somatic, and material components, 1 turn casting time, and a save for half. When a Call Lightning spell is cast, there must be a storm of some sort in the area, a rain shower, clouds and wind, hot and stormy conditions, or even a tornado. Hot and cloudy conditions, or even a tornado. The Druid is then able to call down bolts of lightning from sky to ground. Each bolt will cause damage equal to 2 8-sided dice plus 1 die for each level of experience of the Druid. And it gives an example of 4th level Druid would call down 6 dice. So the minimum you could call down on this guy is 5 die 8. Because you're third level casting with the 2 dice. The bolt of lightning flashes down a perpendicular stroke at whatever distance the spellcaster decides, up to the 360-foot radial distance. So you're the center, 360 in any direction around you. And it doesn't say that you have to stay in place, so you can move with this. Any creature within a 10-foot radius or the path of the point where the lightning strikes will take full damage unless a save is made, in which case only 1/2 damage is taken. Full half damage refers to the number of hit dice of the lightning bolt, i.e. if it's an 8 dice strength, the victim will take either 8 dice 8 or 4 die 8. We just do the half, the standard you do for a fireball. So he would take 8 die 8, that number cut in half. If the saving throw is made, 4 die 8 if the save is made. The Druid is able to call 1 bolt of lightning every 10 melee rounds, 1 turn, to a maximum number of turns equal to the level of experience he or she has attained. So again, the minimum you have here is 3 turns. So you could call down 3 5 die 8 lightning bolts at third level. 1 lightning bolt per turn for each level of experience. Note this spell is normally usable outdoors only. It would be a rather unusual circumstance that would let you use this guy indoors. So Call Lightning is a really interesting spell. It's a powerful spell, but it has its own built-in limits. It's a 1 turn casting time, which can take a long time. And it's die 8, which is wonderful. And you're getting 2 plus 1 per level, so minimum is 5. If I'm a 10th level Druid, I'm throwing 12 die 8 lightning bolts. At our table, because magic is being used to call the lightning, you are calling natural lightning down. We don't allow magic resistance to apply to a Call Lightning. So if I have 30% MR against a Call Lightning, or 30% general magic use, magic resistance, and somebody hits me with a lightning bolt from a Call Lightning, I get no magic resistance versus that. We give out, at our table, we give out Rings of Grounding, which act against lightning, just like Ring of Fire Resistance acts against fireballs. So it's -2 per die and half save and all that stuff. But you have to be wearing one of those in order for the Call Lightning to be affected. So Call Lightning is a great way to overcome you've got that dragon over there, and the dragon is vulnerable to lightning, but you've got some time before you have to attack, and you're going to bring it out of its lair, and the Druid's going to lie in wait with this and hit it, and it's a great way to get around the magic resistance, at least at my table. Now further, in the Dungeon Master's Guide, we have another note on this particular spell, which I found pretty interesting. Right here, it says, Call Lightning under 3rd level Druid spells. If a Djinn or an air elemental is on hand to form a whirlwind, the Druid is able to summon half-strength lightning strokes therefrom. So it's a way to kind of work it a little bit. If I've got, again, make it a 12th level Druid just for grins, I can throw 14 die 8, but if I'm using a Djinn to make a whirlwind to otherwise give me a focus for this on a clear summer day, that's a good way to throw at least half dice. So that's an interesting side note to the Call Lightning spell. But I did a video early in the channel. The video is probably about 3 years old by now, where it's Assault on the Orc Stockade. I'll put a link to it below. It's an old video. And I tell of my player Roy with a group of adventurers. They're attacking an Orc Stockade, and how he basically hid out in a tree and did his casting and called down these Call Lightnings to wipe out the stockade. He blew out a wall, he killed the shaman of the group, and otherwise softened up the target. And the orcs, for all their searching in the half hour or so that these attacks were happening, didn't find him. He was able to stay hidden. Like I said, he was up in a tree initially. He moved positions once or twice because, again, there's nothing in the spell that says you can't change positions. Also, if he had a Cloak of Elvenkind, which I don't believe he did, but if he had a Cloak of Elvenkind, he could have just stayed in one position and shot the lightning bolt. It also says that you can call down one per turn. I do put that at a limit. He's got to fire the next bolt at the 1 turn point. And he has a feeling from the magic, it kind of builds up into him and is looking for discharge. So he has to throw it at the 1 turn limit, or he loses that turn. He doesn't have to discharge, so if he fires that first bolt, and then he waits a turn, he feels he could do the second, but for whatever reason he doesn't want to, I let him forego the second bolt, and then he would get his third bolt if he was only a 3rd level druid, and that'd be the end of the spell. So it's not an absolute thing at my table. I do allow some discretion. Maybe there's some friendlies in the area when the second bolt comes up and you don't want to risk it, so you decide not to lob it at the enemy. But there you have it, just a very fast look at Call Lightning, a very useful spell to get around magic resistance at my table. I will attach a link to that old video that's not really good, but it's one of my old videos, and it's an actual play, not an actual play video, but it's a recap of an actual game I did. And I talk about the Druid attacking the Orc compound. So I'll put a link to that below. If you want to look at it, feel free. But that's all I've got to say today on page 121. I want to thank you for your time. Thanks for watching. Please leave comments below. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. Tell your friends. Take a look at the Patreon, see if you can help me out there. And I'll see you next time on page 121.